In this video, you're about to find out the single worst update in Shindo Life history. This one's going to be recent, so feel free to stick throughout this entire video. Now, to preface this video is not intended as hate. Just don't condone hate at all. Don't go hate on rogues from this video. This is simply my opinion on the matter, and, you know, you can take it as you will. Comment below what you guys think about the same thing as me. I actually really interested to know how you guys feel about this update. And you guys get right to the video. Alright, so the updated question is, of course, going to be the public server mode changes. Now, this may seem like a very small change, so stick throughout this video. I'm going to go into depth on it. I'm also going to go into depth on some of the other updates that have led into, you know, this update being just so bad. And of course, like I said, do not go and hate on Railgains from this. This is just my opinion. Also, in my Discord, the only reason why I'm making this video is because in my Discord, I did a vote over whether people like this update or not, and it was overwhelmingly negative, like seriously negative. So, you know, just take it with a grain of salt with what I'm saying. If you guys agree, that's cool. Hit the like button. If you guys disagree, do as you please. But let's get started in this. So obviously the new mode update has changed public servers drastically. Now, if you guys do not know what the mode update is, basically if you have been playing in public servers, that you don't get mode when on spawn and it takes forever to regen. This may seem like a very small change, but it has impacted players quite a bit, specifically the new players and the PvP players of the game. Now, I just want to get this out there that I do not think it is inherently a bad update, but I feel like the mode regen is just too long to actually make sense. You have to do around 1 million damage to actually, you know, get the mode, and most players will never do 1 million damage before they either get knocked or they have to reset for actual boss missions because their HP will be insanely low. So 99% of the time, the only people that benefit from this mode change, just because it takes so long to get your mode and for, you know, the grinding segments of the game, are the people that just AFK in servers, hiding, or just running away to heal and just waiting for the mode to get up. It doesn't incentivize PvP gameplays. It doesn't incentivize bounty hunting. It doesn't incentivize anything besides running away, healing, and camping out in a location that you will never be found. I'm going to focus more on the actual grind aspect and the PvP aspect for this video because I feel like this affects new players a severe amount. And I do think that this is partially the reason why the player count has went down so much since this update. I actually feel like it's because of this update alone. There has been some other updates that haven't been, you know, very savory, you know, very tasty, delicious. There are some updates that just haven't been refined and they just haven't been touched since they were. I will talk about them a little bit later, but for now we're going to focus on the mode drain aspect. So for the grind aspect of it, pretty much what people used to do is they used to reset as soon as their mode ran out so they could go back and do the boss missions again. Now, this actually is true for green scroll missions as well. Even though green scroll missions are not that popular, you actually kind of need mode to do them as well. Otherwise, it would actually be insanely slow to grind, or you just might outright die, especially if you're a lower, you know, level. Because when you're going from around F rank to around C rank, you're most likely not going to put any stats into HP until the very end, or very little stats. So you're going to get wrecked by these green scroll missions. And the way people would counteract this is by getting a bloodline that has very low mode requirements. So like level 50 bloodline, you can actually get a Kuma, you know, stuff like that. That's how they would counteract this, but they can't do that anymore. So now the grinding for low level players is even worse than what it was before. And after they actually changed the level changes so that, you know, the higher up in rank you get, you know, the faster it is. Which, by the way, I do think it should be the opposite. Not because I think that, you know, the further you play the game, the harder it should be to grind, but because it makes sense from RPG standpoint. The lower level you are, or the lower rank you are, the easier it is to rank up to S. It should be, the goal should be to get to S. And, you know, you do have the Rokoi system, but new players that have a fat wallet don't even need this in the first place. They don't need this mode changes. They don't need anything. Like, I just feel like if you guys, you know, don't understand the importance of being able to reset to get your mode back for grinding, this just affects such, like, low level players just so much. It is unreal. It basically has forced a ton of the new players to outright quit the game because they do not have access to private servers, where, you know, this doesn't apply. It doesn't apply to private servers. And this is the main reason why I haven't made a video on it until now. I haven't realized just how terrible it was until I actually started playing in public servers again, because I camp out in private servers, I do competitive, and in those game modes, you know, it's whatever. It doesn't really affect it because competitive was already like that, and in private servers, it doesn't even affect it at all. So it has, you know, made the public server grind so miserable and terrible to the point where you have to have a private server to have any success in grinding at all. And most new players in this game do not have friends, or well, that play this game, sorry if I'm calling out for not having friends, and they don't have access to private servers at all, and they're also not high enough level so that this mode drain thing doesn't affect them. So it just has basically alienated all of the new players in this game, all the players that do not have access to private servers. It has instantaneously alienated them. Now, like I said, this combined with the EXP changes has made it so the lower ranks is almost impossible to rank up through the system without using, you know, spending money. And most people that play this game are not going to spend money on it. I mean, let's be real. I would say that 80% of the player base does not have any Game Pass at all, if not Bloodline bag. That's about it. So the fact that they can private servers doesn't affect it. It's okay for the existing player base, but the new player base is what keeps the game going. And I do feel like this is the reason why the player count has dropped so much. Not only because people just straight up don't enjoy the change, but because new players can't get into the game because of how hard the grind has become. But then, guys, what has been your favorite Shindo Life update or your least favorite Shindo Life update? Feel free to comments below. We'll check them out. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about the PvP aspect before I go back to the grind aspect. PvP, like I said, it takes way too long to get your mode back. The only people that are ever going to be able to use the mode before they get knocked are the people that run away and heal or hide. So basically, what it's become is people just camp out in a server. They run to the spawn and instantly kill someone before you can't reset either. I think that's a really good change, by the way. The bounty changes and the reset changes were amazing, which is what makes this update so sad, because those amazing changes were soiled by this update. So you had the bounty changes, you had the reset changes, both were amazing, and then you had the mode changes, which just completely ruined the other changes. People don't even think about the other changes because all they think about are the mode changes. Now, there are some people who enjoy the mode changes, or there are some people who are okay with it, but 99% of the player base just straight up does not enjoy the change, and I do feel like it needs a lot of refining, as in, like, there needs to be an easier way to get your mode up to max, or like on spawn you need to get some of your mode back or whatever. And I do think for certain maps, especially like Ember, Nimbus, Obelisk, Dunes, Haze, you should just get full mode on respawn, simply because it makes it a lot easier to grind, and those are the maps that people are grinding bosses on specifically. The other maps you do grind bosses on, but those are going to be more experienced players in general. So the main 5 or 6 maps that have always been in the game definitely need to probably have the old mode changes, but keep the bounty and reset changes. I think those are amazing, but I feel like the new mode changes just need outright removed from them. And I do feel like for the PvP maps, like I said, there needs to be a little bit of change with the mode system. Like, you need to be able to grind it faster. I would say make the mode regen twice as fast as what it is now, so that people can actually enjoy mode before they die, and it's not just people camping that are able to use the mode. So I feel like no matter what aspect of gameplay that you play in this game, grinding or PvP, it has made it significantly worse to actually enjoy. But I do feel like it has, straight up smacked the crap out of the grinding segment of the game. It has made it near impossible for new players to grind, like I previously mentioned. And actually, funnily enough, their focus for a while was making it so new players had an easier time with PvP. This straight up just makes it so new players will never have a chance. No chance at all will a new player ever be able to fight someone that is a higher rank than them. And they will be able to grind to the higher rank as well, because this makes it impossible for new players to grind, forcing them to quit and go play other Roblox games. And it is a shame, because I actually really like Shindo Life. I think Shindo Life is an amazing game, and I feel like new players will never get the experience I had because all of these changes going through the game. Now, I also would like to talk about the perfect block. Like, I feel like this all coincides with big meta changes, but this isn't just a meta change. This didn't just change the PvP meta. This changed everything. And I do think that there should have been a little bit more thought going into the mode system before it was implemented, because right now I feel like all they did was, public servers are kind of just mode spam. What do we do to fix this? Oh, let's just remove it and make it impossible for people that, are actively PvPing to get mode. Let's make the campers the people that can get mode. Oh, that sounds good. Like that I feel like there should have been a little bit more refinement. Certain maps should just have not been targeted with this at all, because they are not PvP centric maps. They are grinding centric maps. And I feel like the fact that they made it so like events don't have this, and private servers don't have this, is a good change. But I feel like some maps should just straight up not have it at all. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like a lot of people agree with me in saying that this has been one of the worst changes to the game in a long time. I feel like a lot of the other changes have been, okay, we'll cope with that. It's fine. Some people have quit because of the other changes, but some people are like, you know what, it's fine. It's okay. But this change specifically is kind of like, bruh. It's like a big bruh moment. And I actually am very interested to know how you guys feel, how you guys think. Tell me in the comments below. I will be checking them out. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Peace. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Good to enjoy this video. Remember to like, subscribe, post, guys. Bye-bye.